All right. The date is, it's a Friday. It is December 4th, year 2020. I was just in Stop and Shop. The barista was Eric. Not my Eric from Gingham Check, but the Eric, that tall. He grew up in Mineola, New York, where Craig Gunder actually went to school, my cousin. So now there was he, who looks very much like myself, just taller and with darker hair, and then and brown eyes, and then there was this is street speak, and then there was he was the cashier, the register person, and then there was the barista was something of a light-skinned Asian, of Polynesian, I don't know. I can't tell the difference, and I don't have an appropriate guide that somebody agreed upon, so we'll just call her whatever, Polynesian. And I, on camera, surveillance camera, purposely, said to her first, the Polynesian I asked first, because I never know if they're like from here, and like usually they know more than the poor, unbeknownst, tall, stupid Erics that grew up here. Like, yeah, the treasonous traitors usually know more. So I called her out first. I said, because I know I'm on camera, I said, public surveillance camera, might I add, by this point, because it's actually Stop and Shop, whatever. So I say to her, I say, do you happen to know if there's a mole in a spy ring? Do you know what that means? And she's like, no. So I say, Eric, I said, how about you? And he goes, yeah. And then he walks around on the other side of the counter closer towards me. And he says, the mole, it's usually like the informant, the one who gives information to the whole spy ring. I was like, okay. Again, that's your human answer. I'll take that for a moment. I was like, okay. And so now, what is a talisman? And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, okay. I was like, so here's how this goes. You have a talisman. I was like, and that would be an aspiring your mole that feeds you information. It is what everything rests upon. I said, if you think of aspiring as a leg, right? You've heard the word legendary. It starts with like leg, ledge. L-E-G. It's leg. L-E-G. Right? I said the body movement. Right. So the body movement of aspiring is a leg. You have the femur. F-E is blood. It's a metal. It's iron. I-R-O-N. I was like, so it's the iron. It's the top. There's only one. And then it splits off, and it becomes a tibia and a fibula. I was like, the tibia is a little thicker of a bone, so there's more of it, more substance. I was like, and then there's the fibula, but the two go together. You can't have a tibia you can't support a femur without a tibia and a fibula. You just can't. The leg won't work. On top of that, it rests on top of a talisman. I was like, that's what supports it. Underneath the talisman, separate bone, is the calcaneus. That is what makes up your heel. I was like, so the entire leg in the process, I said, for your human understanding, I said, I am the entire calcaneus. I said, I am also the talisman. It makes me the mole in your spy ring in America, but mostly North America. I said, you are from here, correct? And I raised so I could actually scan his retina. And he said, yes. He says, I am. I was born in North America. I said, okay. I said, and were you born here in the state of New York? And he said, yes. And I said, okay, good. I said, so was I. And then that was it. I did not address the Polynesian because it does not matter, nor do they. They have way too much information. They have infiltrated everybody's spy ring by removing myself, the talisman, from the legendary and the leg structure. That is number one planetary security breach. And then they lie to one another. So you remove the talisman, which the entire leg and legend supports on top of, to steal a calcaneus. Well, then how are you humans running both legs, the Americas, and whatever the other half is called? There's two halves. I'm the talisman, and I own calcaneus for both. So what is your tibia and fibula and your femur bodies, or bones, bony protrusions? What are they resting on, human? It is my field of dream works. I own it as talisman and as the person in charge of the calcaneus department. Currently, somewhere around the world, you decided to take the talisman out of the process and then try to insert a prosthetic and take off on some kind of race and forget to inform the rest of the idiots around the fucking world. So, on surveillance that any of the shitbag countrymen can pick up, now that it's on public fucking record, I have my xiphoid process of Field of Dreamworks in action down the wrong fucking lifetime because you took a sledgehammer, the Hat Men, around the fucking planet, there's plenty of you, took my fucking sledgehammer to fucking knock the block right the fuck off of each one of you. You stole the sledgehammer, you shattered the dream field work that I already did. You then picked up some of the pieces, all of you, scattered yourselves, S-C-A-T-T-E-R-E-D, moved yourselves all over the world, and then decided as prosthetics that stole shit to fucking lie to one another and confuse your part in humanity with my own. So this would be my solo debut and act against every fucking human in the face of the earth. Because I am not letting you move on unless you have been actively helping Vlad, the Soviet I was built for. And not the two fucking disgusting American piece of shits, Korean Jews I call them, under 6 foot, might I fucking add, who I never fucking wanted.